다음에 as 학생으로서, 운동선수로서, 아티스트로서 혹은 리더로서 뭐가 되고 싶은지. 그리고 질문을 하라고.
옷 좀 벗어요.
Get ready to ask question.
And I graduated in 2021, and I'm a senior at Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm also on the women's rowing team there. But it's really nice. I'm on winter break, so this is really nice to have me come back and help out and be an assistant and intern with them for a few weeks every winter. So. Have you guys been before? First time? First time? So in here we have the dining hall. In the middle school, there's one lunchtime. So everyone eats, girls and boys eat at the same time, but boys will be at different tables and the girls will have their own tables. So you'll eat with other 6th, 7th, 8th grade boys, and you're assigned a table, but then it rotates every week, every couple weeks, whenever the rotation is. And then in upper school, you have 2 lunches. So you have a first lunch and a second lunch, which is split by class. So certain classes have first lunch and then go to class. Some classes have second lunch or for class and then go to lunch. So it just kind of we'll also see. And then these classes right here, they've only been open about a year once this part of the building was built. So the dining hall and this are basically brand new. But they're really open space is really bright. They can hold about 22 students, but you'll never really have a class. Yeah. Any questions about any of the sciences or classes in the upper school? No. We can go this way here.
Are you doing the experiment as well?
But it's like the middle school one is very similar to the upper school schedule. Yes.
How about you?
Well, I just switched to the women's team this year, so
4?
we're in 8s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good.
so we are an 8s program with more so 4s in the fall just for fun boats,
Nice.
because we can have like multiple entries.
Yeah.
Through like the really long
Awesome.
days.
Which school did you say?
Trinity.
So are you on the Connecticut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right in Hartford. So only like an hour and a half away from me, which is not bad.
That's great.
Yeah. For a ton of different fun activities throughout the week that meet a couple times a week. Like there's golf, baking, quiz bowl, a ton of different activities, and the teachers run those so they. We used to have to split turf in the hockey rink, so in the fall and in the spring it'd be turf, and then the winter it's an ice rink. But now that we have the turf field, it's a hockey rink all year round, and all the fields are supposed to be space when it's too cold to be outside. So then here we have almost all of athletics in here. This is the weight room. In the middle school, if you don't play a third sport, because 3 sports is the typical requirement for everyone to play, you can join strength and conditioning. So you get the fundamentals, the basics down, so then when you do get more experience, then you can start lifting more weight rather than just what you started with. And then the upper school, if you don't play So then in here we have the field house. This is the main basketball court that the middle school and the upper school use for the games. And then we have 2 other courts on the other side. And all these courts turn into volleyball courts in the fall. And then in the spring, they turn into tennis courts, so it's always a multi-purpose. Year round, your middle school locker, 2 blocks below, and then below the warming room, which is a lot of craziest development in a short time period. But then once we built that, it's kind of just an empty space. And squash used to have to go into the city for it, so it was a big pain for parents who would pick their kid up in like Back Bay during rush hour. A lot of interest, so yeah. Any questions about it? Lockers, so you're pushing lock up things, beginning of the year, you can do whatever book, laser, and so then in here we have this call. This is the second stage. The chairs are not there right now, but you practice reciting it, going up one by one, and your teachers will help you with pronunciation and correct you, enunciating, everything like that. And then the high school, you get to write your own public speaking starting freshman year on a topic of your choice.
So this taller building there on the left right here, that's the college counseling office. You go to the college counselor your freshman year. You can kind of work with them as much as you'd like to at that point. And then eventually starting sophomore year, you go ahead mandatory class meetings with them. And then junior and senior year, you really
The upper school sports are always 3:30 and after. So you have an hour of sports, or you have 40 minutes of sports, and then you also have tutorial. So tutorial is when you can have 3 different options. One of them being you can take it as a study hall, you can meet with a teacher, or you can join clubs and yeah. So we talked about study hall earlier for the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, and briefly the seniors. You can do all visual, all performing, or do a mix of both. And then also right here is part of the senior lounge, just another space for them as well to come in before school, stay after. Do you guys have any questions about anything else as we head back up? Feel free to grab any water, make a coffee as well, and then we can take you back to the admissions lounge right here.
나 저거 빨리 해. 유지 화장실 한번 가고.
아 제가 저거
아니 상관없어. 화장실 갈 거야?
저 괜찮아요.
가자. 나 빨리 가. 사람도 너무 많아.
It's all up here. It's all up here. Okay, German.
Lee, L-E-E.
Okay. No.
What are you guys all reading for English?
We're reading The Giver.
We're making night.
We read that last year.
Really?
Yeah, we read that last year too.
The Outsiders. We finished.
We read that last
We
year.
read that last year. Yeah,
Wait,
I
what are
read
you
both of
reading?
those last year.
Reading To Kill a Mockingbird. Oh, I read
We-
that last year.
No, we were supposed to read it, and then for some reason it was like racist or something. So then now we don't read it anymore.
Oh.
It used to be a part of 8th grade
Something I
English
said on
curriculum.
my assignment, my English teacher was like, that could be offensive, and I got points off
We
for it.
seriously? Wait, they didn't tell you like before you submitted it. They should have told you before they. Okay. Or they should have told you.
Wait, guys, grade of 5, all of you have iPhones.
Oh yeah, that's
Go to read the. I wish I could read the Hunger Games.
I think if they gave us the Hunger Games for school,
harder course, and I found out that coding is not for me, but I felt like I didn't have to sacrifice my grade just to find out that it wasn't something that was for me. So that was really nice.
And so now we're walking into the LOC, which is like the newer part of the building. And this is where a lot of the athletic and performing arts departments are. Straight ahead is the recital hall. We all call it the fishbowl because it's all glass and looks like a fishbowl. But this is where the orchestra will meet to practice. So there's someone in there right now.
Yeah, also after school, individual music lessons are an option, and those also happen in here.
Do you provide the outsource the private music teacher come here?
For some, I'm not sure how that works. You should probably ask admissions or the performing arts department. Just send them an email. But we do have a program, and I know for singing there's a teacher that comes in, but I don't know if you have to get your own teacher or like because I know some people like use the space but have their own teacher.
Studio. Again, dance is kind of more of like a big thing in lower school, but there is an upper school dance team that you can join starting freshman year, which is really fun. And the dance team performs at certain like school events. They have their own dance concerts that the whole school sometimes there'll be like candies for plays that will be recorded. And then also for the students who like drama is kind of like their thing, or like into it once you get to be usually a junior or senior, you can student direct the play, which is really cool. And so a lot of that happens in plays as well.
Yeah, I think there's like class going on, so we can't go inside. But and inside you can see a fitness center where students are exercising during their free. This is open to students during the school day and after school, and it's one of the ways to pull your PE requirement. Basically, the way PE requirement works is that you are required to do some form of exercise or sports for every season. So you can do a winter school sport, or you can. The final way is to do your own sport outside of school. Just get a coach to sign off on a form that says that you're basically doing enough hours. It's not a very hard requirement to meet, just 80 minutes a week. And yeah.
Yes, and definitely in class.
Practices before or after school?
Oh, they're all after school. Yeah, there was one day I get extra but for the most part, unless it's like a bigger commitment like that, it's mostly just it's 6 days a week. So it's more of a time commitment, but I didn't never had a chance to go. I was really bad this season.
Sports meet. And then also, this is where we usually talk about PTO, which is a big winter tradition that happens usually in October. And what it is kind of like a spirit week for a whole week, and every day is a game, and like you dress up as a theme. there's rec day, and every grade makes a cheer, and we all come in here to the gym and watch everyone cheer, which is like a very fun, very like bonding kind of thing. And then afterwards, every single sports team plays a hockey game on the field, and so you get to like stay late and watch your friends play.
So you like don't know anyone's name, and so you just see like people both new and returning like step up into these leadership roles, and like you don't have to dance to like help choreograph. You don't have to like be good at songwriting to put together the chant, but it's just it like really.
So it's really just a fun way to kind of like.
This is our theater. Actually, just before this tour, we did all the upper school downstairs, and on Thursdays we did the entire school in this theater. And
What does it say there?
yeah, so
What's the height?
after school meeting, but we have some form of community time every day. So tomorrow it's advisory. Wednesday
So
we
put
have
it
to
at
wake up
22.
late, so we don't have community time. Thursday assembly. And also backstage the theater, and we won't go there, but that's what's over there. Someday, no praise the next day, you'll have more time to complete the work that you weren't able to the day before.
And so then this little room right here is the math lab, which is a really
You can just come in. Yeah, like anytime. There's sometimes a teacher in there. I don't know if there is now. They have extra calculators, calculator chargers. But we also have peer tutoring, peer support, just like your peers know like what you're going through. They've been through it before.
So classes, there's ceramics classes, so it's hand building and build. You can see that there's digital marketing photography, there's like painting, a lot of other really cool like more niche specific classes too. And if you're really into art and it's really something you want to pursue, like
Expand their knowledge, or like maybe want to learn more and there's upper school hallway.
And this is some classrooms. There's also a lot of like dean offices. There's like the math office, the history office is down here. And then all on this wall that you can see is these are all club posters for upper school clubs. And upper school clubs typically meet during lunch. You can just show up. Yeah, like have fun, meet new people. It's kind of no pressure on anything. You don't even have to show up. But then there are higher commitment clubs, like right there, Model UN. It's higher commitment because there's like work you do outside of the club and maybe times you meet outside of the normal club schedule. And like I know Model UN also does like events and like that kind of stuff. So it is a bit higher commitment. But yeah, I think what's really great is like at the beginning of the year, there's a big club fair.
So that way, like students don't feel like they have to prioritize their identity over their interests, and then also other, just like another added layer, other affinity groups that like maybe you're a part of multiple. So let's say like for me, what if I want to go to As I Am and Mosaic because I'm mixed race, but I also want to go to Asian affinity group. Well, Mosaic.
Chem, physics, and environmental science. And then in addition to those, once you get to junior year, there are also some really cool science activities if you want to really like
next semester I'm taking art history and literature in the mind. I would have taken a STEM course just within my schedule, but like I know this semester is my astronomy, marine bio, etc. It depends on the elective. Yeah. But also starting sophomore year, you can choose to go to honors or standard chemistry, and then honors or standard physics. So whether you go to honors or standard, it's not like a thing about peer pressure. It's really a conversation to have with your advisor, with the science department, with your teachers, with your parents. Just like, no judgment. Some people would rather not be in honors because they'd rather not sacrifice their grade, you know? It's really person by person. But yeah, there is that option.
And then you can see just like down the hallway, there are posters on the walls, and these are from independent like research projects that students have done with different like hospitals and organizations like this.
To find my own voice and
And also like leadership positions.
Yeah.
Pursue like I've done a lot of things that I never thought I would, but just because there is like the space and opportunity to like try different things as a girl.
there are also pads and tampons in every bathroom for free. Never would have tried, or I didn't know they were from that country. I'm learning so much. And there's so many options here. Like, we have soup bars, salad bar, sandwich bar, pasta bar, cereal, hot lunch, just like literally anything. And just to give you a sense of how accommodating they are, they really want everyone to have a good lunch. One of my friends is a weightlifter, and she has a very set amount of like protein, this many grams of protein, this many grams of carbs. And so since freshman year, she told them that they've been measuring it out for her how much she wants to eat. So.
Which is where they like and what's really great about the third floor is that if you like lose a test or like postpone a test or something, there's always a proctor up there that will have your test. And so you can go and pick it up. It's quiet, so there's like no distraction at all. But you can also just go up there if you like really need to like focus on something or just like be quiet for a little bit.
Oh yeah, we completely forgot to explain Windsor's late pass policy. So every semester for each of your classes, you have the option.
They'll get it from Apple for you, so you don't have to like go through the hassle, which is really nice. It's a great resource.
I didn't forget that.
Yes.
And this is a lot of school here, unless it's like you can also just see all the student artwork on the walls. They replaced them pretty recently, so. Yeah, we have like 5 minutes to kill if you have any final questions.
We are right here at the end.
먹기 전에 찍어야 되는 걸 다 먹고 있을 때 찍고 다 먹고 나서 난 너무 맛있어서 찍먹으려고
You're kidding, Jen.
Hi, welcome back.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Oh, you're good, good. I'm so glad. So my name is Mrs. Johnson, and today we're going to do some things. Do you have a place where you can maybe write some things? We're going to do some reading, some spelling, and some math. So, and make it so that you can see from the very beginning. All right, Jenny, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the story? Okay, great. So what I want you to do for me is just read this story for me, and then we're going to answer some questions about it afterward. And you can start whenever you want to.
Wait, do we have to read it out loud?
Yeah, if you can, that'd be great.
The electric eel isn't really an eel, an electric eel.
Awesome. Very good reading. Awesome job. Do you speak English at home or do you speak another language?
Another language I do.
What language do you speak at home?
I speak Korean at home.
Awesome. That was some really incredible reading for someone who speaks Korean at home. So great job. All right. Let's look at number 1. What is the main idea of the story? A, the electric eel is a fish whose electric shocks can kill or stun most animals. B, the electric eel is a long snake-like fish that looks like an eel. Or C, the electric eel lives in the fresh waters of South America. What do you think is the main idea?
I think it's number A.
A, good job. Number 2, what does an electric eel mostly have any natural predators? A, its shock can kill almost any animal. B, it isn't really an eel. Or C, it uses electricity to sense things.
I think it is B.
B, good job. All right, number 5. This one you can answer however you want to. You can use your paper, okay? So I'm gonna I'm gonna say a word. You're gonna write it down on your paper how you think it's spelled, and then you'll spell it back to me, okay? So number 6, or this is the first word, is credit. Credit. I did all the work, but I got none of the credit.
CREIDT. MPLET.
Good job. Number 9 is shopper. Shopper. So number are 5 times 7 and 7 times 5 the same? We're looking at different properties here. I don't know if you've learned the different properties, but look at those answers, A, B, C, or D, and see which one you think is the right one.
I think is B.
Good job. All right, number 17. Write the fact family for 4, 8, and 32 using multiplication and division. Have you learned about the fact family? Awesome. Okay, so I'll give you just a minute. Write down the fact family for these numbers, and then you can tell me what you got. The trilogy is 3 books, and Michael owns 9 trilogies. How many books do you think he has?
27.
Good job. Awesome. 27 is the right answer. Okay, number 19. Which expressions are equal to 36 divided by 7?
For the fiction one is 27, and for the non-fiction is 25.
All right, good job. So what do those add up to be? What's your final answer? It's coming right at you.
And today I went to somewhere, a museum of science, and I wear those glasses and I watch it about dolphins.
You did? You got to watch the video about dolphins? Oh my goodness. I love the Museum of Science. It is super fun to go there. It's awesome. Well, Jenny, let me tell you, you did a great job. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm so glad you got to have some fun today. And then I hope you had some fun with me. I had some fun with you.
Me too.
Thanks for hanging out. Do your parents have any questions for me? I know they're probably...
You know, we never think about this kind of